And
more of a psychological
we are
smooch.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the same.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Some Other Heroes. How you all doing? Hope you've had a wonderful week. We were just discussing the fact you can't smooch in Avowed, which is, frankly, in today's modern video games, a crime.
Beautiful blue pie is right there, and I cannot smooch.
What's the point?
Let me
if
kiss
I
the blue
cannot
man.
smooch?
I can't smooch. It don't...
Let me smooch.
Hello, welcome to Some Other Heroes. My name is Chris. I am the GM for this show. I am joined by my wonderful fellow queer dungeoneers. Say hello, queer dungeoneers.
Hello, queer
Dungeoneers.
Amazing. We are totally ripping that off of Dimension 20, and I'm not even apologising for it.
They don't say TM, 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 therefore free.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's how that works.
Yeah, sorry about it. It's just
no,
the
it's
law.
It's just the law. We are here playing a homebrew game of Dungeons & Dragons set in my very own world of skyships and floating islands and strange magics and deep mysteries. Before we jump into today's episodes, we have a couple of bits of admin, and we're going to start with the wonderful Wayne.
Hi everyone. This is just a quick reminder that Some Other Heroes as a channel is intentionally set up and committed to working to creating a safer space and an inclusive space and an affirming space for LGBTQIA plus people, as well as all marginalised communities. And while we are a lovely bunch of very friendly people, we will not tolerate any discrimination like homophobia, transphobia, racism, ableism, or misogyny. That's just not acceptable on this channel, and we're very proud to stand by that.
No turfs, no Tories, get bugged. Sorry about it.
Hey, amazing. Thank you so much. Yes, to help with that, we have two wonderful mods who I would like to say give our huge thanks to. They are Bespectacled Man, Nikki, and Hedgehog UK. Hedge, if you need them at all, they are in the chat. Just send them a whisper and they'll have a look at whatever's going on. Whisper to your mods.
You have to go pss, 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 to get their attention.
Absolutely, yeah, like cats.
Yeah.
It's a twofer today. Wayne has got another announcement.
Oh yeah, just a very quick thing. As you know, we do this because we love it. That's pretty much it. That's our main reason for doing this, is that we love it and we love you. However, I did find out today that the Crit Awards, which is an annual awards program for TTRPGs, particularly for smaller creators and independent creators, they have just gone live with nominations. So, if by any chance you did feel like being kind to us and nominating us for something, I will drop the link into the chat in a few seconds. You don't have to fill out all the nominations. There's like 100 categories, but there are a few that we would fit into. So if you did feel like doing that, we would obviously love to get our name out there and let people know about us as well, and get some more lovely people into the community to join us. So I'll drop the link in there if you fancy doing that.
Sweet.
Amazing, yes, and we would really appreciate it. It's always fun to get involved in those sorts of things. I have one more thing to say before we get going. I soft launched Moonbeam for us today. So if you are catching this on Moonbeam, hello! Welcome to Some Other Heroes.
Hi.
It is not a requirement.
New platform, who does?
Yeah, so we're just doing a very soft launch. I'm just basically running it to see how it affects how we stream today, and then we'll add things in like chat and stuff like that as we go on. But if you are joining us there, welcome on in. Sit back, enjoy the story. We're lovely. We like having you here. And for all our friends on Twitch, we see you. Thank you for always being with us. And for all our friends on YouTube catching up later, hi! We really appreciate you as well. Cool. I think that is it from us. Is there anything I have missed? Or anything anyone else wants to shout about before we get in? Nope. Okay, in which case, it's time for me to drop the titles. leads me to say, previously on Some Other Heroes. Our friends are in the Adirr Reach, most particularly on the island of Keskimir, a turtle village set against the blue sea sky. A wonderful jungle retreat where they have been relaxing and enjoying themselves after some very hard, very tricky, very emotional events. They have been drinking a little too much and enjoying themselves. Finally unwinding a bit. They have done some skyboarding with probably the most friendly crocodile lizard folk you'll ever meet.
Gnarly dude.
And they also have made their way into one of the holy sites that the Turtles said that they were welcome to, where they not only met a tigrin, a large female tiger person, but they heard the voice of Air Avis itself. Now, discussing what they have just seen, they are slowly making their way back to the campfires, where a beach party of sorts has already started. Twilight is beginning to come in. It's getting to late afternoon and the sun is just starting to tip below that point, and although it's still lots of light, it is starting to feel a little dark as you kind of break through the jungle forest. You can see that there are peoples from all the different local tribes: Vagrin, Tortles, Aragana. There are Arakokra, humans, a couple of halflings, and some dwarves, and even a couple of small fairies who have kind of taken up different areas around here. Everyone seems to be in high spirits. Everyone's kind of mingling. There's lots of talk and you can see trade going on, but some people are starting to set up campfires where they're starting to cook meats and vegetables, and everyone seems to have bought things to share and trade. As you wander back towards here, you have some time to talk amongst yourselves before you arrive, to go over anything that you feel you need to about what you have just seen. Or not. You don't have to.
Trying to think about what we actually already talked about.
Temple.
Same.
Is that the way to the temple?
Oh yes, Eugene was saying we usually have sort of an entrance before we go into the ways part of stuff, so perhaps there is another entrance.
Yeah. Okay. So, but there's a temple here somewhere?
Well, we know it's in this area.
Like on this island, or just in Adirr's Reach?
Well, no, I thought just in the area. I didn't.
Okay.
I don't think we were ever told of a specific location, just that it was in this area, but it kind of makes sense it would be somewhere around here because it's quite a protected and remote area,
Yeah.
and that would explain why nobody's kind of just come across it.
Yeah. I mean, people are protecting that, so they're probably protecting the temple too.
Well, I will be honest, based on our previous experience, it immediately makes me wonder about whether the other side know about it yet.
Oh. Yeah, are we racing anyone to these temples?
Well, I'm not sure it's a race, but I do feel like we're all after the same thing. Although, I will say, after recent revelations from Alabaster and the box, etc., I feel like we've got a bit of an upper hand.
Yeah.
I mean, they were trying to get hold of the box to unlock it, and we've kind of usurped them on that one.
True. Yeah.
But the box isn't fully finished, though, right?
No. How many pieces
Who
are
knows
left?
how many more bits are in me?
One piece left. By your count.
Okay, so we just need to find the last piece.
Yes.
In which case, it feels like maybe there is a bit of a race to the final temple.
Yeah, okay.
But we're not going to get there tonight, so, may as well join the party.
Yeah.
Oh god, did anyone bring anything? Everyone seems to have brought stuff. Did we bring...
We have to bring stuff.
But everyone else brought things. Oh god, is there a shop somewhere?
I can get my goat out.
Oh yeah, bring the goat.
Okay.
No, they brought food.
She throws down the goat.
Oh god. And you're happy with them eating the goat?
Nah, they won't. They won't dare.
This giant warhorse-sized goat suddenly appears next to you and kind of stomps and looks for a fight.
Wait, it's the size of a warhorse?
Yeah, mate, it's a giant goat.
Yeah, it's a giant goat. I think Rox, very much like Theo's face just was. Rox just like, what? Good God, I'd forgotten how big that thing is.
Never gets old.
As if you tried to let that thing loose in the breakfast room.
I forgot.
It's the size of a warhorse.
I forgot.
Yeah, you don't really remember because it's just this. You go,
Ashley.
yeah, it gets
Yeah.
bigger. Like how much? You don't know.
Do you see now why I said it probably wasn't a good idea on the breakfast table?
I guess a bit. Mm-hmm. Sorry.
That's all right, but here we are in the wide open, so as long as it doesn't trample anyone or stampede anything, I guess we're fine.
You could do like rides. Other people rides up and down the beach.
It's a war goat, not a donkey.
Why
What's a
not
donkey?
both?
Yeah, why? So it's a sick donkey. Like
Sick
sick.
as in like
No,
something wrong
sick,
with
not
it.
sick as in
If,
like,
if you're talking about sick
no.
donkeys, you're definitely referring to UK beaches.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I have nothing to offer at this party.
Okay, well, let's hope they don't notice. I mean, lots of other people have brought stuff. We'll just slip in and pretend.
Yeah, everyone, just go to the table and just
Yeah, we'll
Something
just all stand together in front of the table.
yeah.
Change one of the labels to be from us.
Perfect. Yeah.
Or I
Okay.
could just minor illusion, like an entire roast hog for a few seconds, and then it'll disappear when.
Can you do it
And then
as
we'll
we're walking
pretend that
in?
someone ate it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and we'll be like, oh, we put it down over there, and
Yeah, I can do that.
yeah.
Although
Okay.
that feels a little more devious than we need to be. But anyway,
We're on holiday, isn't it to be devious?
hey, we never have to see these people again.
Just a bit of deviousness.
Yeah.
Just a treat.
It's just a holiday. Other people have holiday romances. We have holiday deceptions. That
Yeah.
tracks.
Hijinks. Hijinks.
Holiday hijinks. Yeah. No, we don't really need to do that.
No, I'm sure it's fine.
So what's the plan going in?
We need a plan.
What, to a party?
It's a party. It's not a we're not formulating a method of attack here. We're just going into a
It's like
party.
muscle up front, sneaky at the back.
I don't, the plan
Oh,
is
I
we
meant
walk in and socialise.
Wait, which category am I? I don't think I fit into either of those. Where do I go? In the middle?
Middle.
Yeah, middle.
Okay.
Yeah. No, not muscle, but like, what information are we trying to find? Is there someone we're trying to talk to?
Just have a nice
No.
time.
We're still
we're
doing
having
the
a holiday
relax
thing. Yes.
thing?
Yes.
Rock, you did previously
not
mention
even
to
been a day.
everybody about having an opportunity to find out which of the Aragana tribes may know where the Temple of Power is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But Rock is encouraging everyone to have fun.
Is
And
he in
relax.
full do as I say, not as I do mode?
No, he just doesn't want to argue with Aisling and be told off by her, so he's basically just saying, yes, we're just relaxing until he's out of earshot, and then he's going to start asking questions.
No emails on holiday.
As
Okay.
you approach, you can see that most of the village is kind of setting up trestles for people to eat. They're kind of breaking open some kegs, some of which have familiar markings on the side. Look like some of the trades goods that your people have bought with them on your journey. So,
Oh, we did
We
bring
did bring a
things.
present. Yeah.
We
Just
do.
put our name on those.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's fine.
as you get close, you see that Ranal and Keth are off to one side talking to a incredibly tall, bigger than Sudar, black-furred female Vagrant, who is kind of like smiling gently and talking to them very softly. And you can see that, I think, actually, with the high insight that Aisling and Skia, and I think Eugene these days have, you guys can make out the fact that she wants to move them on, but she's kind of very quietly, patiently listening to.
That is my eternal state as a human being on this planet.
As you come closer, Keth waves to you and beckons you over.
Hello.
I would like to introduce you to Marut. She is the head of the Blue Falls Vagrant.
Hello.
Hello, it is nice to meet you. You are the traders who have come with news from the outside, yes?
Yes, we just thought we'd come and have a few days and see your beautiful islands.
Then you are the employers of the Vagrant known as, you call him Suda.
Yes, he takes care of us sometimes, really, but yes, he's responsible for all of our ship and our crew and getting us where we need to be.
What do you call him? Are we saying it wrong?
No, Sudar is his given name. His true name is much longer.
What is it?
Sudarafik of the Blue Falls, he who gathers in the wind and leads our people outside to the truth.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sudar?
Sudar it is.
How's that going, Aisling? You want to try that next time we see him?
Sudar, she does lots of things.
Yeah, nailed it.
Do you know, I think he'd love that one, yeah.
Good.
Yes, he's wonderful. I mean, we're very grateful to him for guiding us here. We know that this is a very precious place to you.
He must trust you if he has brought you here.
Yes, great.
And thank you for the trade goods. I understand that it is interesting to bring such things so far.
As I say, we really are very grateful to Sudar for handling all of that.
Good. Keth, have you explained how the 100 Torches works?
The what now?
100 Torches. This is a night of celebration where all the clans from the Reach are presented and represented, and 100 stories are told across the camps. As guests, you are very welcome to join in as much as you need to, unless you want to watch from one side or find a quiet cabin to relax in, or even join some of the youngers on their escapades around the island. But the stories are very good.
I mean, I do love stories. I would. They're not all sort of sequentially told, right?
Yeah.
No, there are
okay, good.
stories. It is a metaphorical number.
Got it. Okay, great.
Okay.
Oh.
Just just because we don't want to impose too long, obviously. And that sounds like it's a week's work. Anyway, yes. But yes, I'd love to hear some of the stories. I mean, I'm sure we all would be fascinated by some of the stories of things and places in this area.
Yeah, like temples,
Ruins.
ruins, really old things.
You should definitely talk to the Aragana about those things.
Oh yes, somebody mentioned about Aragana knowing about the oldest places around here. Do you know who we could speak to about that? That sounds fascinating.
All of the clans still build and still hold some of the old places. What old place are you looking for?
Well, specifically, we were interested in an old temple that was probably sort of pre or around Ascension.
You should talk to the Malthrobel.
The whom what?
The Malthrobel. And she kind of waves to the slightly more skink-like, smaller Aragana.
Cute.
Who seem to have, like, they're kind of quite spread out. And they're kind of chittering at people and kind of, they seem much more playful. And then every once in a while, one of them will stop and say something that looks quite profound, which the rest of the camp kind of stop and listen. Of the people in the Reach, they were here first. They know all the oldest places.
Oh, thank you. That's very helpful. Is there any one particular that we should speak to that you could refer us to?
Ziggs or Cho are often the spokespeople.
Ziggs or Cho? Okay.
I would personally recommend talking to Ziggs if you want facts, and Cho if you want direction.
Okay, good.
Okay, great.
And please do mingle with my people as well. They need more time with outsiders. Not all of them are as well versed in other people's ways as Suda and myself.
We'll do our best to mingle.
Mm-hmm.
That's us, just minglers.
So good at it.
Just socially not awkward minglers.
Oh, we love doing this.
We shall let you to your night. Marud, I have some trades that I would like to talk to you. Then you had best have some of that fine fruit wine that you make. Otherwise, this is going to be a very dry conversation. And
Someone said fruit wine?
Renal kind of looks at you and goes, I can help with that. I will just go and get you a drink. And I have a small question for you.
Yes.
And she kind of like leads you away.
God,
from
Skier
the
stepped
others.
into the shadows again.
Gone.
Got a pair of eyes. I was wondering about your total friend, Keanu. He has been avoiding us, and I just wanted to check he was okay.
I have to be honest, I do not know if there is any reason for that. Does anyone else know if Keanu's mentioned why he would be avoiding people?
Wait, do we?
Keanu's generally a very quiet, like self-contained person.
I mean, I'm happy to check on him. Perhaps he's just doesn't know anybody here and is a little shy.
Just, don't push, because we do not push. But if he is this uncomfortable and there is a way we can ease that, we would like to. But it would probably be better coming from friends than strangers. or people he does not know well.
Sure. Or if you do happen to see Sudar, I mean, he is very good with his crew, so he may be able to enlighten you a little. I'm afraid we don't spend that much time on the ship, really.
I will ask Sudar if I see him. Thank you. And she pours you all like quite a generous, like kind of bowl, really, full of this kind of quite very sick, like kind of almost how to explain it? Slightly slow pouring, but not quite molasses sort of thing, like wine. It has big fruit pieces in it and smells really sweet.
I'm gonna get such a sugar buzz on. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Absolutely. It's one of those things that gets you drunk quicker because your heartbeat is going like twice as fast.
Whoa.
Because of the amount of sugar in it.
Oh no.
This is just jam. It's alcoholic
Yep.
jam.
Oh,
Yes.
good God.
Thick sangria.
Oh.
With that, Renal smiles and leaves you to your own devices. You can see all around the camp there are several groups of people like forming up. It's all very informal at the moment, but there are people sort of already sitting around some of the campfires, like exchanging conversation and like seem to be catching up on gossip. I think it very quickly becomes apparent that the 100 Stories is about catching up about what people have been doing in their life, about how the clans around here can support and lift each other up, any ideas, any danger, any like ways that they can, just keep the Reach safe and prosperous. There are many groups of people. Did you want to try and get hold of someone, or did you want to have some time to yourselves to talk?
I think if obviously these guys, if we're gonna chat, Skier will obviously be around to chat. But
because you came back in, it auto-muted you, my side.
Oh no.
Silenced.
Silence. Ski will obviously chat if anyone is like eager to chat, but I think Ski's approach to these 100 Stories and like all these groups is to be she's just gonna do what she does best, which is kind of wander from group to group and just sort of listen, and she's trying to listen for anything to do with like old ruins or anything that might sound like the temple, but also anything that may sound like suspicions of Empire activity. But yeah, so yeah, she's just gonna like ear out listening to stuff and then just keeping an eye on where these guys are in case she hears anything.
Yeah, I think Rock would just encourage everyone to to just relax and mingle. Encourage Aisling to walk on the outskirts with the giant goat. Rather than through the people. But yeah, I think Rock's just going to like take a glass of the wine and do the same thing as Skier, probably with less subtlety and effectiveness, but just kind of wander around and be a complete sort of social butterfly. But I am keeping my eye out for the Aragana Mathrobel? Malthrobel. Yeah. So that I can kind of see if I can find them and start chatting to them before I directly ask for one of the two names.
Amazing.
If possible, Chris, I would like to draw on... If I find them, I would like to draw on any of the knowledge that I have from traveling with Aragana to kind of... just to win their trust, whether it's a greeting or something that I know from those Aragana, something that I can use to kind of just immediately make them feel like I'm somebody they can talk to and trust.
Amazing. We'll come back to those two. Aisling, what are you up to whilst these two are mingling, or are you just Aisling it?
I think she's gonna just follow whatever doing the literal opposite of what Charlie would do. Follow the loudest vibes and go to wherever it seems to be like most exciting and loud and stuff happening and bright colours and like. Ugh.
Amazing. I would like you to roll me a d6 and tell me if you get an odd number or an even number.
Whoa. Okay. Even number.
Even number. Amazing. And lastly, but never leastly, Theo, what is Eugene up to?
I think Eugene hears Rock's instruction about like just, you know, mingling and like getting out there and like amongst people, and everyone just sort of like goes off, like all these guys just sort of go off and like
Aww.
he's just left standing there like, yeah, I can do that, sure, and tries to like.
I've read about mingling.
It's like when you're at a party and the only people you know have like disappeared, so then you're just kind of standing around like looking. He's like looking for an inn to like there's all these different groups of people.
Find
and
the dog at the party. Go and sit. in
the
kitchen.
the hardest part, right, about mingling at a party is like finding your way in. So I think he's just sort of like hovering awkwardly, holding a drink and like sipping it.
That's every network event I've ever been to.
Do you know what? I was literally just going to say, I feel so seen.
People,
Yeah.
And then try like listening to the conversation and being like, ha, yeah.
Oh my god. This is a disgrace. We've all lived the same lives.
God, I feel really uncomfortable because I'm having flashbacks.
Too many networking events.
Amazing. Well, I'll come back around in a minute and see how that all goes.
Even the DM's going to leave you standing there awkwardly for a while.
Just to let it, really method up a little bit. I'm joking. I'm just going to go around and we'll come back and just see how everybody does. Skier, I would like you to make me I guess this is a perception check for spying, effectively.
Yes.
While Wayne, I would like you to roll me a performance check because you are schmoozing.
Schmoozing. I got a 19.
19. That's really cool.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, let's go.
Wow, I'm good at that.
Yeah, that'd be a 28.
Nice. Cool. Skier, you are kind of flitting through. You hear a lot of conversation about trade. You hear lots of gossip about which clans are currently falling out with others and how a couple of people are a bit tense at the moment. Seems that the Varbran have a healthy attitude to competition, which sometimes spills over socially a little bit.
They're competitive.
They are very competitive. From what you hear, the Fierce Wind tribe are currently not talking to the Stone Climber tribe off the basis of each of them are accusing the other of cheating in a recent competition. And one of the hopes for today is that the Blue Falls will be arbiters for this and settle it once and for all.
That's what happens when people play Monopoly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You do hear, it's only rumour, and it comes from some of the other Aragana, like the tall, very long ones with the big crests, the beautiful colouring, are talking about the fact that the Malthrobel have been talking about strangers in the Reach. And then somebody kind of you see somebody point towards Rock, and they say, no, humans, but not the whoosh that we have come to love and know. Others. that I am not familiar with. Heading far, far east.
Humans heading east.
Humans heading east. And then you kind of hear them like incredulously saying, well, the Vagrant would have picked them up, surely. Or the Tigrin would have taken note of them. It's like, it appears not. Either they are very skilled, or they have a good enough reason to be here.
Okay. Skia's keeping. I think Skia's gonna keep on that thread. No.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Rock, you are looking for information about Aragana, aren't you?
Yep.
I think you learnt from Kotal and Zanti when you were travelling with them some wonderful greetings about a lot of the Aragana from this region talk a lot about the sun. It's very important to them. It's very central to their mythology. I think Zanti explained it one point in time. He thinks that it comes from the fact that because they're cold-blooded, the sun has always been something good to them. So greetings of may the sun ever always touch your scales, and may your tail may you not lose your tail in the shade, and things like that are usually good ways to kind of get in with some of them. I think you try that a couple of times. A couple of them are like chuckle a little bit, and it's very formal of you, but thank you. It's most appreciated. May the sun touch your scales as well, Master Dragonborn. The little ones are hard to pin down. They're, oddly enough, despite the fact some of them are probably older than you, they're very excitable and very energetic.
I'll just stand on one of their tails.
It falls off.
And it falls off, yeah.
You do manage to get in with a couple of them, and it doesn't take you long until they point you in the direction of Zix and Cho. Zix is a very small, slightly chameleonoid-looking Aragana who quietly changes colour when they're talking to people, and they don't realise is actually showing their emotions. So you...
That's what chameleons do.
Yeah. And Zix is a striped skink Aragana who is presently sitting in a tree talking down at some young turtles who are all trying to climb it like he does, but obviously do not have the same facilities that he does to do so. You can approach either one of them.
I mean, I would probably approach Zix if he's not kind of engaged with like loads of turtle kids, etc. Turtlets.
Turtlings.
Turtlings, yeah.
Yeah.
Turtelinis! No, that's a different thing.
No, that's not a good name for them.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Italian turtles.
Yeah, no, I'll just go up to Ziggs, and I think I will just say hello and make small talk to start with, and just to kind of relax everybody, and like I say, not go in straight away going, "Hi, I've just met you. Can I ask you a question?"
Yeah. Wonderful. We'll come back to that in a second. Aisling, you look for the biggest amount of noise that you can find.
Yep.
And
Completely
with your
counterproductive to how I function.
with your
Ashling's heading to the rave tent.
you are,
Oh, yeah.
With a giant goat. Dear God.
She's gonna go trance with the elves.
She's going to really freak the fuck out of some people.
That'll be alright.
You come round the corner and you see a load of instruments that have been placed out by the turtles in general, and the noise is coming from a group of children who have while these are unattended before the adults are getting to them, are just banging and shouting and singing on them as loud as
I
they
wish
can.
to percuss.
Roll for percuss.
I wish this.
these kids are just banging and making a whooping noise, and as soon as you come around the corner with your giant goat, it slows down, and there's this whole... And then there's like, what's that? And then like...
Can anyone remember if I named this goat, by the way?
I don't know if you did or
Ooh,
not.
I can't remember.
My brain wants to say Petunia, but I don't know if
It
that
does
is.
feel like it, doesn't it?
Petunia was my isopod from the...
Yeah, but I think that's
That's where
right
that came
because
from.
I think you. No, but I think you did choose the isopod names for some of the other animals, didn't you?
What do you mean?
Like, as in, you chose some of the isopod names or some of the insect names from that game. You used them in this game for some animals or creatures, I think.
Oh shit, I can't remember.
I don't
doesn't
remember
matter.
either.
I'm looking
I
at
don't
the
remember.
notes. Carry on.
Make it up.
This is goat.
Goat nods head. What's a goat? What's it do? Is it like a dragon? Can it fly? Can it sing? Does it make milk?
I don't know.
Are you like goat? Because you've got horns like him. Can you fly? And off and on. There's like 101 questions.
I answer all of them.
Amazing.
All of them.
And I don't think you even need to roll for wisdom save because you are fey as heck. And
Oh yeah, this is my jam.
Yeah.
And the whole time I'm like attaching like wind chimey noisy things to goat's horns. So goat can also be an instrument.
A musical instrument. Nice.
Goat is not sure that Goat is appreciative of this, but we'll go with it anyway.
Goat can deal with it. Goat also has bells on their hooves.
Like a Morris dancer.
Like a
Yeah,
Morris
yeah,
dancer.
and I'm encouraging kids to plait bits of goat's fur.
Maybe Goat is remarkably, because obviously it's a summon creature, is obviously very still and calm and lets this all happen, but there is a look in its eye that's just like, you wait. There is going to be a point where this is revenge.
That's fine. I roll the dice with wild magic all the time, pun intended, so fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's play Buckaroo with a goat.
Gonna eat your bag of holding. Eugene, for a couple of minutes, I think you're just kind of drifting and trying to get into somewhere, and find out more. And I think you're not necessarily having as much luck or joy as you want to, until you see Felix, your tiefling cabin hand, waves from where they're sitting with a couple of the other members of the crew, and some of the locals.
Oh, thank God.
Are you okay
we'll
there?
Go over and join them.
Yeah. Are you okay there, Eugene? You looked a little lost.
No, I'm mingling.
Mingling.
Same thing.
You kind of see that Fable is sitting with him, and is Dan, who is Eugene Dan.
Fair, fair.
And Keanu, who is trying to sit a little further back in the shadows ever so slightly. How are you finding the island? Their islanders are all lovely, aren't they? Or we think they are, at any rate.
Oh yeah, everyone seems spirited.
Fable like spirited. That is a good description. Is Fable spirited? Fable's very spirited. Yes! We don't get a chance to talk to you much. Do you want a drink? You can sit with us if you want to for a bit, unless there's something important going on.
Well, I'm supposed to be finding information. That's the mingling thing.
Oh, what information are you trying to find?
We're trying to find a temple, a really old temple.
Really old temple. Is that where we're going to next?
Maybe.
Cool.
Hopefully. I mean, we have no idea where it is. It might even be here somewhere.
Fable heard about ruins in the jungle. They're old.
Oh, the ones that like speak to you? Because if so, we already went there.
Did
Bring
they
it,
speak
mate.
to you?
Yeah, kinda.
Cool. See, I told you we should have hung out with the bosses. They get all the weird stuff happen to them. And a drink is sort of handed to you. Fable, if you do your normal thing where you kind of are going through people's legs and seeing what's going on, keep an ear out for the bosses. Anything that you think could help, bring back to us, and we will pass it on to Eugene.
Great. That would be great.
And Keanu, I know you're kind of, we're like not trying to get too involved, but if any of the Tortles know anything, it would be really useful. Keanu just kind of pulls back these little headphones and goes, okay, I will have a look a little bit later. It's very loud right now though, so I'm just going to withdraw a little bit. Just kind of puts his headphones back in and just kind of settles back in. You are welcome to stay with your crew or carry on mingling.
I think Eugene will keep an eye out to see what everyone else is doing and do that.
Hey, Ashling is
Well,
easy.
Eugene's just outsourced his mingling, which is very nice.
Respect. Good point. Delegation, baby.
Eugene did what Theo does at a party, and that is find the other neurodivergents.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
I think as you're looking off, you see that Fable is already scurrying off towards some of the Aragana.
Sick. Then I'm just gonna drink my drink and read my book.
Yes.
Let that little guy come tell me if
Sure
anything's
thing.
happening.
Yeah.
Stunning.
Otherwise, reading time.
Yeah.
You
He'll
can.
keep one eye out for Rock and Skier. He probably knows well enough that Ashling's long gone by now.
Ashling,
can
Ashling's
hear
very
where I
easy
am.
to spot.
You don't
You
need
can hear Ashling.
Yeah, I don't need to keep an eye out for Ashling.
Well, she
The
has
goat
a,
is
see the
knocking
goat.
she
things
has a
over.
warhorse-sized goat. So.
Yeah, exactly.
There
Which
is
is-
that
a
now
one
has
goat
bells
band.
on it.
Yeah.
It got to, I think it's got to the point that the children are starting to climb onto Goat as well.
Does goat mind?
Goat does not mind anything because Goat is a summon, effectively.
Sweet. Goat is a very well-trained therapy goat.
I think the most that Goat musters is a.
That's about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ashling, I think your therapy goat just stood in someone's emotional support chicken.
A fun sentence I wasn't expecting to hear today.
Rock and Skier, I think Skier, you're kind of mingling towards where Rock is at the moment, and you can see he's broken off and he's talking to. It was
Ziggs.
Ziggs you would
Yeah.
talk to, who's currently who's stopped talking to the children because you're children. You're quite interesting and unique, and they're kind of like leaning down in these branches and just Dragonborn. Yes, hello.
Hi.
Ooh. Where does your accent place you? Are you a Midlander or are you from the north?
Well, I've been to a lot of places, really.
It's well travelled. Excellent.
And I've been fortunate to travel, yes. In fact, with friends who are Aragoners also.
Ooh. Not many Aragana leave this region, though we understand that our people are far and wide.
Oh, yes, well, these two that were friends of mine are still travelling with a travelling circus show, so they have certainly seen some places.
Were you in the circus?
I was part of the circus crew, yes.
We liked the circus when it came, so much so that some of our children left in search of it.
That tends to happen, yes. Am I speaking to Six or to...
Zix.
Yeah, to Six.
Cho. Cho is still changing colours slightly and rocking back on the feet and kind of engaged in this conversation.
Yes, we're actually still travelling, and we were... I wondered if I could ask your advice. I know that your people have been here for a very long time, and as such would have great knowledge of this area, and I wondered if I may ask for your insights about something. If it's not a good time, we can always chat in the morning, but I just thought I would ask your help.
Zix kind of looks down. Turtles have still not learned to climb, so we have some time.
If that's what you're waiting for, I think we have quite some time.
The kids are still, like, whilst this is all happening, they're still trying to climb up the tree.
Now I just have images of little baby turtles on the beach once they've hatched. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They have that cute little face, definitely. These young turtles.
Yes, we are actually looking for what we believe in this area will be some very old ruins. Very old, in fact, predating Ascension most likely. And we have been to the amazing ruins in the forest, but we were actually wondering if there were any others that you were aware of.
Are there any legends you're chasing, or heroes who are tied to these places?
Well, we're kind of learning as we go, to be honest. Chris, do I know if this particular one would have a person associated with it?
Person that's associated with this is Adzi the Builder.
Oh, Adzi was this one. Okay. Yeah, I'll just say, well, we have heard from some of the stories that we've heard that there was a temple built or associated with Adzi the Builder in this region.
There's a big grin on Zix's face. You seek the Builder's refuge.
Oh, is that what it's called? That's a fascinating name.
Oh, that's an interesting one. And it's not one that is open to the outsiders very often.
Who protects it, or whose control is it under?
And Zix kind of opens up their arms and kind of motions to everybody in the camp. It is a choice that must be made by all the peoples of the Adirr Reach.
So it's sort of collectively protected.
To seek Builder's refuge, you must have the guidance of Sinla.
And who is Sinla?
She is an old god. But she
An old god?
An old god who protects these lands.
More and more of them. And do we need to ask for their blessing, or are they present?
Well, we need to prove you're worthy to talk to Sinla.
Of course we do.
But that is a discussion we can have after the 100 stories, if you wish.
Oh yes, I would love to have that discussion if possible. I mean, we're very keen to visit the Builder's Refuge, and I believe it is of some import to us.
We have one advice for you then. You kind of watch as, I think, Skier, I don't know, are you sneaking towards Rock at this point, or?
Yeah, I think Ski has found like a little hiding place and has been like listening to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From where you are, you can see that Cho has broken away and has kind of wandered up as well. Cho, these three would seek to prove their worth to talk to Sinla. Oh, this is fun. I like this. This is good. Yes, I like. Yes. Tomorrow. But first, I think some wisdom. Win the hearts of those around you. If you have stories to share, tales to tell, we would hear them as a people. that is, after all, what the Night of 100 Stories is about.
Absolutely. Well, how terribly fortuitous. I am very happy to tell some stories.
Then we are
Why
happy
don't-
to hear.
Why don't I gather my friends and perhaps we can, you could join us around one of the fires and we could tell a story or two.
A story has been asked. A story has been offered. And you see the both of them like scurry away very quickly.
No pressure.
Oh, wait, oh. Ski just comes out of nowhere. She's like, oh, wait, oh, shit.
Where were you? Were you... Never mind, I don't know why I ask.
Yeah, it's a question. No.
Were you hanging from that tree?
Yeah. Yeah, Ski just drops down.
Yeah, right in front of me.
She's got her knees hooked in, so she's just face to face with Brock.
That's actually exactly what I had in mind.
Yeah.
Just like as they move out the way, Ski is just like, so,
Yeah.
you're going to tell a story?
Yeah. What do you mean tell us that? Anyway, hey, I think I heard something about humans heading east. Do you think that's towards the temple that they're talking about?
I don't know, but we could ask. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll at least tell us whether it's east or north, whatever.
Yeah.
So that may give... Oh, God. That doesn't bode well, does it? Anyway, just concentrate on the night. So they seem to want an exchange of stories as some kind of currency to start talking about this temple. So,
Perfect.
so
You got
yes,
this.
let's just gather everyone round and we can regale them with stories and giant goats. I mean,
Great.
Yeah.
someone's
Okay.
got to be impressed with that, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Amazing.
I'll go gather the others. Yeah.
I think as skiers, I don't know who you find first. Whether you go to Eugene or Aisling first.
I think she just looks at the noise coming from Ashling's.
And immediately comes and joins me. Yeah.
Yeah, she'll go grab Aisling and she'll Brock's telling a story.
What?
Yeah, it's alright. That's why I came to get you. I need
No, I
to go get
can't hear
Eugene.
you.
You notice that the percussion starts to get a little more rhythmic, and you kind of look over from where you are, Aisling and Wizgio. Some of the adults have come and picked up some of the instruments and are starting to kind of like gather it, and they're kind of nodding to the children who are trying to copy better, and it's kind of all sounding a bit more organised. And they start forming, like heading towards the central fire, where they are sort of forming a half circle of instruments and music, which they are playing as everybody gathers.
Amazing. I'll go with them.
Oh, okay. I'll go get Eugene.
What? Okay.
No, you're doing great.
Bye.
As Aisling picked up an instrument and is doing the same.
Yeah, while she's going, what?
Directly into my ear.
Don't worry. I got it. I'll go get Eugene. And yeah, I'll run over and find Eugene. Hey, Eugene.
Yeah.
Brock's telling a story. He wants us all there.
I was mingling. I've been mingling this whole time.
Felix holds up a glass.
I just stopped this second just to have a little break. I was parched, from all the mingling.
You caught me mid-mingle, I swear you did.
Wow.
See
I'm
that
so
half of
proud of you.
Half of your crew are all like, yep, absolutely mingling. Saw him mingling the whole time.
Yeah. Great job.
Skiers
So what?
insight again.
Yeah, 24. She knows.
Okay, cool.
She's like, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay, you've been mingling. Find anything interesting?
No.
Nah, yeah. Too much mingling.
Yeah.
Didn't focus enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
We found that Rock spoke to Ziggs and Shaw, and they're gonna help us out with some stuff tomorrow. But in exchange, we gotta tell stories. Luckily for us, we got a great storyteller, so we just need to go listen to him. Also, there's some people moving east,
What do you mean, people?
like
What kind of
humans.
people? Oh.
Humans, like outsiders, but it seems like they either snuck in or they have blessings and therefore very good reason to be going that way. So that's concerning me. It's putting me on edge, but you know. I just need to share that.
Yeah, that's concerning.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know though. I don't know. I don't think it's Empire, but they're either important or sneaky. And either way, we should.
Either way, it's probably bad. But...
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Oh, hey guys, do you wanna come? I just speak to the rest of the crew. Do you wanna come? Rock's gonna do a story.
Yeah, absolutely. Felix kind of gets up.
Rock's gonna do the story, right? We don't have to. We're
I'm
just there.
I'm not telling story. No.
Cool. Just checking.
Okay.
Just checking what the expectations are.
Oh God. Do you think
Maybe
he's
we
gonna
could
get
do
us to
sound
do
effects.
performance?
This is probably the.
Yeah,
this is fun.
Foley. We'll cover Foley. Ashley's on it. Don't worry about it.
Foley, yeah. I don't know, some stunts maybe. I don't know. I don't.
Well-timed gasps.
Yeah. Shall we heckle him from the back?
Tell a joke.
Skier just hears Rock yelling from a way away. Hey Skier, I signed you up for some stand-up comedy.
Oh, and he gets stabbed for a second time.
Skier doing improv would be like when
Oh my
Scott-
God.
when Michael
Just a
Scott
type
does
vibe.
improv and constantly
type
just
vibe.
has a gun.
No big deal.
Yeah.
I would love to see Skier doing improv.
Don't you
Skier-
hate it when you stab someone and they die? That's
Yes.
it. That's the punchline.
Skier's
Look at
improv
improv.
isn't so much yes and, it's more yes and.
Laugh. Laugh.
I command it.
Live, love, knife.
I would go to the fuck out of that show.
Yeah.
When we go, Skier is gonna kind of try and sit in, obviously within earshot and with everyone, but also like at the back, so she can just keep an eye on Rock and keep an eye on the audience and kind of watch who's not paying attention or maybe who's paying too much attention.
And who's not laughing when they should, and they'll get
Yeah. Skier just appears behind you.
It's so scary.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
There is quite a nice sized gathering kind of starting to build up around the centre. It is a good thing that Rock is used to an audience. I think for the rest of you, suddenly as you kind of get close to Rock, it suddenly becomes very apparent how unique an experience this is for the people of the Reach. You can see amongst the crowd, your crew have kind of positioned themselves as close as they possibly can, and they all kind of give you thumbs up and wave happily. You can see Odd Bob and Akiza are sitting like in the inner circle amongst the kids. Akiza is a little wobbly. Looks like she's had quite a bit to drink, and is leaning on Odd Bob ever so slightly. Sudar
Has Danger got a buzz on?
Danger's always got a buzz on, even if he's not drinking. He's that sort
Yeah,
of guy.
but does he have a chemically induced buzz on?
Oh, he's definitely putting them away.
Sweet. Love it.
He's
Danger's
sitting...
the kind of person who would try and do parkour and deeply injure themselves.
Oh my God, yes.
Hey, look what I can
That
do!
wouldn't let it show.
No.
Be walking around going, yeah, no, I'm fine, as the blood runs from his head.
Yeah.
My shoulder's not meant to be attached, actually.
Yeah, it's just a scratch. Like, it's fine. They can put that intestine back in.
Yeah.
Everybody does this.
I love him so much.
Keth sort of comes up to you for, thank you for agreeing to do this. I am certain that our Aragana friends probably pushed very hard as they.
Oh no, they just suggested that it would be a nice thing to do, and we have taken your hospitality, so.
Well, have a discussion amongst yourselves and decide what story you would like to start the evening, and then we shall start it for you.
Great.
Rock, hey,
What?
is there anything we can do to help?
Well, yes. I mean, who plays instruments? But there you go. Eugene,
Well,
can you do
or
some
just play.
special effects? You have magic. You can do some dramatic effects.
Yeah.
Skia, don't stab anyone.
I can't promise that, but I'll try.
Ashley, grab one of those tambourines from back there. Skia will use that one.
That's my favourite one.
Wait. What's
the
story
story?
are you gonna tell?
I have no idea. What should
I
I?
need to know.
What should I? But well, why don't I tell the story of our journey to Parshkikk? Of us meeting as new adventurers, and then meeting Skia on the island, and then conquering a giant dragon and a what are they called? An Elfar.
AL.
AL, that's
AL.
one.
Yeah. We could do some interpretive dance.
I
You
found a
sure?
rain stick.
Oh yes, rain stick's always good. People love that around fires.
Good.
Yep, totally. If at least one of us doesn't come home with a hair wrap, I feel like we'll have failed.
Eugene, do you want to play this weird wooden fish that you kind of scrape?
Sure.
Okay, here you go.
Wait, don't we have an ocarina for Eugene?
You've got a kazoo. That's the same thing, right?
Oh yes, the same dulcet tones as an ocarina.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Dear.
Yes, and then we can all just, I mean, remember, lots of cheering at appropriate moments and gasping at appropriate moments, and yes, I feel like there's quite a lively crowd, so I'll probably make it quite a lively story.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Nikki's comment's so good. I call it a rain stick, but it's one of those kids' toys that makes a cow sound when you tip it. It's so
I love those things.
yeah.
Amazing.
Same thing, really.
Yeah,
I mean, it's-
yeah.
This
You,
is what rain
you
sounds
turn
like.
it round and it makes a noise, yeah.
That's what rain sounds like in the Feywild. Don't know what the fuck's your problem.
Oh my god. I
To be
mean,
fair,
Ah,
that's
hark.
I know it's a whole different meaning where people talk about the sound of rain on a tin
So
roof.
peaceful.
Oh, listen, it's raining cows. Great. Wow.
out of curiosity more than anything, is anyone other than Rock proficient with any instruments or performance?
Fucking
Nope.
no.
What am I proficient in? Playing card set and thieves' tools.
That's pretty,
Unless I can play
pretty thematic.
cards. Yeah, no.
Amazing.
Cartographers and tinkerers.
Amazing. I love it. I love it.
Wait, but actually, don't you have a wand that does fireworks or something?
Do I? I thought that was taken away from me.
Sounds like it.
No,
I don't think it was, but thematically it would make sense.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was confiscated.
I do actually have a vague recollection of somebody either taking it away or insisting you don't use it.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't have it anymore. That was taken away from me.
Okay. Fair enough.
I have a tan bag of tricks that still has like 3 or 4 creatures in it. I can break out some
Toby's
more
down bag
animals.
of tricks. Amazing.
So we've got big goat. I could maybe make an ape or a black bear or a cheeky weasel.
Probably
Oh,
be
Yeah,
Weasel
there are lots
would
of
be-
those in the story of Parshkikk Island.
Well, we can dress them up. We can pretend.
Yes.
They
Dress
could
up.
be the
When are we going to do
characters.
that?
Quick, whip up a costume for the weasel. I want it to look like a dragon.
I mean, you've
Yeah,
all got
I'll
our
get
bill
the
in
kids to do some
shift
paper
weave.
craft.
But then we'll have to take off our clothes and put them on an animal.
We're already in beach clothes.
Put your hat on the go.
Put your hat on the go.
No!
Okay, I'm going to use my
it?
shift weave, and I'm
I've got
going to
important
dress
stuff
up.
in there.
Goat is going to get dressed as various characters from Rock's story.
Oh god. So the story is now accompanied by a quick change goat.
Quick change
Yeah.
go. Amazing.
Great.
It's like one of those magician performances where you like just hold up a
Yeah.
and then it's like changed costume.
Now
Yeah.
she's a princess.
Now it's a full length dress.
Literally.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Rock, how do you describe your adventure and your arrival at Parshkikk? What do you tell them about what you did there and how it all unfolded?
I think Rock will kind of try and read the audience as to whether they're looking for something kind of dramatic and, you know, heavily storytelling, or whether it is more of a kind of rowdy, kind of excitable bunch.
They're quite rowdy and excitable in general.
Yeah, that's what I expected. And so he will do, I think, probably surprisingly to everyone, he probably seems quite nervous because it's been a long time since he's actually really been doing this. He hasn't done this for a while. But I think he will like lapse into proper bard mode that they very seldom see him in. And will kind of strike a dramatic pose with, you know, one foot up on a rock, you know, sort of very bisexual. Yeah, and we'll start like in proper bard form, doing the whole like I shall tell a tale, and he will basically tell our tale, but without necessarily all the details, more just about adventurers who were new to a city and had their own journeys, but were on their own, and then met and travelled, and how they, you know, really play up the whole kind of magic of discovering an island that was outside of time, and like really try and fascinate everyone with stories of how there were things that we'd never seen, and there was water that, you know, came right up against the shore and stretched as far as the eye could see, and and there was a gnome who was really quite annoying, but then we realised why, and you know,
What's
yeah,
a gnome?
I don't know.
Wait. I'll dress up.
The go as a gnome. Okay,
As a gnome.
sure.
Yeah.
And then
Hugely inappropriate and cultural appropriation of gnome culture. But
oh no, you're not doing gnome face, are you? Not appropriate, actually.
pointy hat and a beard, it's so offensive.
I know. And then how they met this sharp and pointy and hugely brave adventurer when they were on the island, who they discovered in a tree, and how she joined them, and then they won the favor of a giant dragon, of an ancient
Goat is a dragon.
And I will make liberal use of my my spell slots for minor illusion and really create like proper full-on, like almost fireworks illusions of the dragon, and then of this ominous AL, and
Some Hobbit shit going on right now.
yeah, like full on, and make it very, like I say, very lively. So there's lots of moments to gasp and everything, and then tell how Eugene jumped to take a brave sort of adventurer's leap, and then I will kind of get them all to pause and hold their breaths before I tell how he began plummeting to his death. And falling while everyone screamed and gasped, and then he was rescued by another of the adventurers, and I will just literally ham up the whole thing in proper bard form, and making full use of any instruments I have and my magic, and like I say, proper full-on proper bard behavior.
I would
Stunning.
like you to expend as many spell slots as you think is necessary for this, and tell me how many you do.
Real quick, can I have used my thaumaturgy to help Rock throughout?
Absolutely, yes.
Stunning.
That's
I'll
very
use
cool.
some prestidigitation plenty of times.
I mean, I'll use like 7 spell slots.
You're going to use all seven spell slots. That's amazing.
Well, because I've got first, second, you know, I can use like 7 spell slots.
Go for it. That's
That's cool.
amazing.
Burn them all.
I mean, it's late at night, so I'm hoping we don't have to fight anything after this. But
Yeah.
but yeah, so I'll just use like 7 of the spell slots that I have and use them for anything I can to enhance this.
Amazing. To your friends, I would like you to put to me what you do to aid Rock, and what of your abilities or skills you use to do so. Thaumaturgy counts, and so does prestidigitation. Which ability do you think you use to help Rock the best? And I will going to start with Michelle.
Hey, okay. So, thaumaturgy, I think she's doing lots of, like, Foley from the back. Do you know what I mean? Like, because she can, like, make sounds from a point, like, within 30 feet. So I think it's, you know, crackles of thunder when Rock's talking about like fighting the dragon in the sky and the ale in the sky, and like roars of dragons in the distance, and tremors on the ground like when things are getting tense, and is on lights. She's gonna cause the candles and flames and stuff around this place to like dim and like
Yep.
get really
Also
bright when like
torches
Yes.
and bonfires and things.
yeah.
God. He is the guy in the middle of the crowd that's got all the sliders and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. I like it.
I think
And Ashling's the guy behind the curtain with the wobble board.
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
But I think it all comes through as Skia like being in touch with the nature around her and
Amazing.
using the wind and stuff.
That is so cool.
Would you like to roll me a spell attack? I think in this particular instance.
Do I what is my spell attack?
It's-
it's +9.
That's
Okay.
mine.
Wow.
Ooh,
Oh, that's good. That's 26.
26.
Nice.
Theo, what does Eugene add to this?
I think Eugene's just using prestidigitation to kind of help Rock's illusions.
Yeah.
So to add to them where he can.
Cool. Is there any sort of spell slots you want to spend, or any sort of your spells that you got prepared that you think might help, or that's always horrible asking a wizard, I know, sorry.
Well, I don't think I have any spells that are useful in this instance, to
fair.
be honest.
Fireball.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fireball would be a dramatic
Yeah.
end to everyone.
Roll me.
Unless
a
you want me
spell-
to summon Throne's Blade. I don't think.
How
She
pissed
could be
would
another
she be?
actor though.
She would be like,
Have you met Throne's Blade? Like, charismatic.
I know, that's why I love her.
I love the idea that she's like in the middle of something, and then suddenly she's just like on the beach. With, like,
You have to pretend to be an AL. Quick, go.
What's a nightmare?
Oh dear. Roll me a spell attack.
I wish I had Skywrite. That would be fun right now.
That would be
but I
fun.
don't. A spell attack, sure.
Yes, please.
That's a 27.
27.
wow.
Wait, sorry. I just thought of something you could do. You could use your minor illusion to have like laugh. Gasp. Be scared.
Applause.
Applause. Yeah.
That's why I wanted Skywrite.
Yeah.
And
I guess I
Ash?
do have
Yes, go
minor conjuration, so I could conjure a magical sign.
Ooh, that's good.
Applause.
Amazing. Charlie, what's Aisling up to?
Apart from quick costume goat changes, which she is fucking on it, she's got cantrip mold earth, so I think she's going to, where everyone is sitting, I'm assuming all the kids and everyone's just sitting on the ground, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're all just sitting there, and as Rock is telling the story, she's going to make like a giant full-sized map appear where they're all sitting and sort of track where we are
Oh, cool.
Oh, I
on the
love
map
that.
during the story,
So cool.
because she can change the shape and the color of the earth, so there's just going to be like a red, like a pirate map, red line
Nice.
following where they are.
That's cool.
I would like you to roll a survival check and make sure you add your proficiency because you are using cartographer skills.
Sick thing, I'm already proficient in survival, so.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okie dokie. Okie doke. That is 21.
21. Okay, does quick maths.
Did you say you need me to roll, or?
I do. I would like you to roll your performance, please.
That's close.
And I'm about to tell you what additionally you can add to that.
Okay.
Do you get to roll with advantage because the goat is helping?
No,
But
doing it
it's
slightly
helping.
different. So you get to add, and I kid you not, 24 to your roll.
Okay.
So whatever
And
you
my
roll, you
performance roll.
Yeah. So
Add
whatever you-
24.
Additional 24 from the help that you got from your friends and using your magic in such an effective way.
Okay, cool. So the total is 54.
We broke 50! That is awesome.
This is one of the best stories these people have ever heard. Everyone is enraptured, including your crew who have heard versions of this story in the past, but never like this. This story will go down as a spoken legend through these people's future and will always be part of their culture. You have shaped the future of Adirr Reach and their descendants by giving them new mythos that they can draw upon. And the story of Parshkikk's Chosen is now out there, unleashed forever, to be changed and manipulated and lifted up and to inspire around. So, whenever you hear about the story of the four heroes and the ancient Fae, you will know it is likely about you and your first time together.
That's awesome.
Nice.
There is a pause as Rock finishes the last moment.
I would just for canon, the one thing I would like to add is like I will sort of wrap it up with sort of almost wrapping it up into kind of a parable about how, you know, people from all different people from all different places with all different strengths and magics and abilities can come together to beat even the greatest odds, and kind of leave it as a parable for, for them.
That's lovely. There is a roar of applause and stamping of feet and playing of instruments, and the whole Reach can hear for a moment what is happening on Keskir. There's everyone kind of like, there's lots of people who swarm forward and just kind of shake hands and kind of slap Rock on the back and kind of like shake all your hands and tell you how wonderful it was and things like that.
I get Goat to bow.
And in the sort of like the quietness that comes afterwards, like as people finally sort of settle down a bit, you guys have invitations to lots of different firesides to come and talk to them and things like, and hear their stories. And lots of people want to tell stories to Rock so that they can get advice on how to do it better and like that. And it's turns into this wonderful, fun, exciting time for these people. And I feel like this is a very good place for us to take a brief break.
So beautiful. I pictured all of it. It was amazing.
That is so cool. Thank you, guys. We will be back 22 on the night as we are at the moment. It's about just over 10 minutes from our side.
I might need an extra couple just because Wilbur's feeling a bit funny.
That's fine. But if we are delayed, we'll of course let you know. In the meantime, go and look at the screen, something other than the screen, grab yourselves a drink, and we will see you very soon.
Bye.
Bye. Hello, everybody. Hope you had a nice break. Before our break, our friends have just told one of the best stories ever told in the Scatterlands.
Yeah, no
with
big deal.
a
Hell yeah.
roll whose modifier took them over 50 for the first time ever, you know? Joint effort, but definitely worth it. As things sort of settle down, the evening carries on with a rhythm. There is more people telling stories. Some of them are myths from the Reach about how people got there, where they came from. There are stories about like what's happening in the world in general. There is a brief mention a few times about the skyquakes that have happened, which of course the first of which you were very aware of, but apparently they are aware of at least one other that has
Yay.
happened. Talk of some unavoidable politics about how safe the Reach is. Will Daklan and Ashur honor their agreements? Always like the older members always like, well, Ashur is still made of pirates and they leave us alone only because Daklan's right there. But what if Daklan changed their mind? It just kind of goes on. If there's any of the groups that you'd like to talk to in particular, you can try and find out a little bit more about their history, about what's going on in their politics and their local.
That doesn't sound like an Aisling thing to do.
No.
I think Rock would like to kind of take advantage of the fact that there's all this kind of excitement about the story and, everyone's in high spirits and stuff. But rather than that, I think he would like to kind of walk around, and his main intention is to try and see if he can find out a bit more about the humans that were spotted. Because he didn't think that they would... What am I trying to say? He didn't consider the possibility that they could be from the Empire or something. He was thinking it was more likely, some of the guys from the Embers and that lot and all the baddies. But yeah, so I think he just wants to try and hear if anyone's mentions that they're on an Empire type ship or anything like that. Just his main thing is to try and figure out who are these people. Is it just that they're in the area, or is it that we maybe need to get a move on because they're heading towards the temple or something?
Cool. I think what you find out, and I think Skier, you'll probably find out a little bit of this one when you go back into eavesdropping mode again. It's generally like the humans when you that you got from the first one. It kind of doesn't seem to be sort of set upon. Some people say, well, maybe they're Dragonborn or something like that. They're just not people that they recognise. And obviously, they do have humans in the Reach. The Whoosh are there, and they are. It's kind of interesting. This is probably the closest you got to a group of the Whoosh for a while. And these people they still wear those bright coloured sashes, and they have little tiny pieces of strange metal shapes stitched into their clothing, which I think Eugene will recognise as the sorts of tools that artificers would use, but these ones seem to be more symbolic than practical in their use. But when you have a conversation with them about it, they're like, well, we are the only humans we have seen in here, but we have also heard those rumours, and we think that when they say human, they just mean outsider, because, and they kind of say, most non-beastkin look like humans to the beastkin in one shape or another. So they could be tieflings, they could be
Like
anything.
elves.
Half elves.
Hashtag not all humanoids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not all humanoids.
Okay.
Dwarves or anything like that. I think the information you do pick up, though, and I'm going to take the rolls from earlier as well, is that some of them seem to be very heavily wrapped. and one of them says, the rumour I heard when I was talking to some of the fisher folk further east is one of them seemed to be being held with ropes around their neck to keep them in place. And somebody else argues, no, that wasn't it. They were pilgrims, surely, of some kind. But the general sense you get is that nobody really knows. They're moving with some stealth. They've been spotted here and there. None of the elders seem to know how they got into the Reach, which is probably the deepest worrying. And at the moment, because they've got no concrete evidence that they're there, they're treating it as, this is just rumour. You probably saw some whoosh or some Vargren or somebody, and you just caught them out of the corner of your eye. It's nothing to worry about. But there's an undercurrent of, we really do want to get to the bottom of this if we can.
Okay.
We really should investigate that.
Well, yeah. Also, we need to find out where this temple actually is, because if it's in the east, then we definitely need to be concerned about that.
Yeah, they could be going for it. And it sounds like they've maybe got someone bound.
Yeah, that's a little concerning.
A prisoner, maybe? Okay.
The kids adopt Aisling again. And
Fuck yeah.
are trying to make more noise, but I think they're a bit more organised, and a couple of the adults who were playing kind of stay with you and help you keep an eye on them a little bit. Because it's getting late.
Aisling's whole thing is she finds chaotic children, organises them into more efficient chaos, and then leaves. So it's the parents' problem.
Basically, she's a pretend aunt.
Yeah, she's the cool aunt that teaches them how to swear and gives them too much sugar, and then fucks off.
Wonderful.
She just shows them the power of working in feral packs, and then she leaves them.
Mm-hmm. I go back to my child-free life, and they have to deal with that.
What a time! What a time to be childless.
Oh dear. Eugene, I think some of the more scholarly people try to pick your brains about what it's like the elves and your perspective on what happened on the island and things like that. I think there's some historians there, a couple of the elder sort of sage, one quite old female druid who has heard the stories of the ale but wanted your perspective, because you have this air of academic excellence and just being a bit more factual rather than fantastical, which of course which is the beauty of what Rock did, but also some people can recognize that is a story. What is the truth behind it?
Yeah, there'll always be some nerds who need the science behind it all.
How does that even work?
I don't embellish. The night settles into a rhythm, and people do break out into different groups and settle down and start telling stories. At one point, Zix comes up to Rock and whoever's near him at the time with Marud and Keth in tow. And as they get closer, they are clapping their hands. That was the most excellent story we have heard in such times. You have shaped your future here, I fear. I represent the Aragana's interest in this. Keth will test you for the total, and Marud is representing their mother in this. My mother cannot travel at this time, so I will be her eyes and voice in your test. We will talk more of how this goes, but you will be tested by one of each of us, and the whoosh
will accept you at the site if you are successful on all 3 trials.
3 trials.
3 trials.
Are we talking about like multiple choice or what
No
what
news
kind of
complete.
tests exactly?
Well, that would ruin some of the surprise. But you should prepare yourself to test yourself in mind, body, and soul tomorrow.
Okay, I'll need spell slots. Oh,
Now.
tomorrow. Oh, hell, Satan.
Are you talking about 2 short rests? You're well out. You're up for it again.
Oh, I'm fine. I was about wrong.
Yeah, I'm
I
not.
used cantrips for that shit. I'm good.
Brock's just like, I am running on empty. This is not a good time for trials.
I mean, I've got a 5th level spell slot left. So whatever I'm going to do, it's going to be big, but it's only going to be once.
It'll be very impressive, and then he needs a nap.
I respect that.
Okay, so we're being tested. Good. Okay, great. We'll look forward to it.
Trust us. We feel with your story, you have proven you are worthy of these tests.
I mean, I may have embellished a little. No, I'm sure we'll be fine. I'm sure we'll be fine.
There is a matter of your arbiter as well.
Our what?
Would somebody to travel with you to prove that you have done someone of the Reach who is also a friend of yours? May I suggest Suda?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, he's traveling with us, so that's kind of handy.
I would ask him directly, but yes. But yes, I'm sure he would be honored to act as your arbiter.
Great.
Now, drink up, enjoy, and rest. Well, for tomorrow, we have a challenge ahead of us.
Loosely used us.
And they kind of go off on their way.
Do you know, it'd be really lovely if once somebody just went, sure, we'll open up for you.
Yeah. Sure would make things a lot easier.
Anyway, this is what we're actually here for a break, but this is generally what we're here for in this area, right? Was to actually find the temple, so I suppose we're on our way.
Yeah. This is
Also-
definitely the temple. We're not doing a trial for something else, are we? What if it's like...
No, I mean, they said this was the refuge of the builder of Adsi, and
yes, yeah,
that was
okay.
so. I think it's highly likely. I mean,
Yeah, okay,
yes. I mean, I'm a little concerned about the mind part of the test tomorrow, but I'm assuming Eugene can, take that with his eyes closed, probably.
Yeah, I am assuming it's all of us together. It's not separate, because I'm not good at quizzes.
No, I don't think there's an actual quiz, but I know I'm pretty sure it's all together. I mean, you're pretty good at quizzes. There was that one time. Oh no, everyone beat you at that.
What? Yeah.
I mean, there were rumors all. No, never mind. Anyway.
What rumors?
Oh, just people. Anyway. No, I'm sure we'll be fine.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
we'll
oh.
either do it and find the temple and save the scattered land, or we'll all fall out of the sky. So,
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, that's kind of been the theme of things generally. Ashley, how long does your goat hang around for?
It's starting to
Hours.
smell.
It's hours.
Starting to smell.
I've got a feeling it's like it's matter of absolutely like 4 or 5 hours or something crazy like that.
3 hours.
3 hours. I think it's probably got to the point. I think that maybe there's a blind panic from Aisling as she realises the 3 hours is coming up, and there's a load of kids on the back.
Okay, kiddos, down we
Time
get.
to get down.
Rock's like, no, this will be fun.
Eugene, how many people can feather full cover again?
3.
Cool. 16. Right, down we get. Yeah. Okay. Good.
You do manage to persuade them down, but as the last one goes, they go into the little statuette. Cool. Make it happen again.
No,
Rock
Nope.
says no.
not today. Please. Unless you're cleaning up after it again.
Again, I had to do it the first time.
Yes, they're waiting for you.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
I mean, giant goat poop is a mess.
Uh-huh. So where we going now? What's the plan?
Anywhere there isn't giant goat poop.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go try and get gossip on the crew. So, anyone want to
Oh.
join?
From the crew or on the crew?
Both. From the crew, of the crew. I think Ski's just a bit like
Ski wants
everyone's
to
had a
get
drink.
messy.
Well, not like she's trying to stir drama, but she's like they treat us like we're their employers all the time. Whereas now Skiz just wants to be like, okay, what's really going on? 1, because she likes to know what's going on. 2, there's a bit of her that is again can't quite fully switch off and will kind of she's thinking about Rock and his safety and like, okay, which one of these will be infiltrated so easily or manipulated by the
Wow.
Empire? Do you know what I mean? Like not in like a really horrible way, but yeah.
I think Eugene will tag along with Skia just so he
Yeah.
doesn't have to stand around awkwardly on his own again.
Yeah.
Oh.
Come with Eugene.
I think Rock's probably like, oh yeah, let's go and hear what gossip they've got until Skier says the thing about which one of these is going to kind of easily be infiltrated. Then he's a bit like, oh, okay, it's not so much fun anymore.
Yeah, maybe I don't want to know.
Oh, okay, okay, sure. Aisling,
Yeah.
come with, please.
Okay. Why? What's happening?
Nothing, but you see the fun stuff.
Okay.
Skier sees the scary stuff.
So true.
Again, with a good and evil conscience.
Yeah, I need balance in my life.
Yeah. Skier sees enemies everywhere.
Actually sees percussion everywhere.
Yeah. That's the scale we're on.
Yeah.
Most of the crew have gone back to the same campfire. They seem to and it's more of a mix of people with them this time, and they're a bit more split out. I think the thing that probably stands out the most is Dutch and Danger are having a quiet chat with Keanu, who's just very quietly, like, kind of talking to him as quiet as he can. You can try and eavesdrop if you wish. You can drop some eaves.
Absolutely. I would
I'm
love to
dropping your
drop
eaves,
some
sir.
eaves. Right. Hang on, I'm just checking. I think I have advantage because I'm still.
Are you hiding behind a finger at the same time? With your eyes
Yeah.
closed? Yeah. Shriveling visible.
No, again, she's doing the cat thing. I'm like, she's looking at Eugene and it's done like a. Hey, just pretend we're chatting.
The ears are this way.
But it's very kind. I got a natural 20 for 30.
Oh!
34. Amazing. Jeez.
The general consensus you're getting is Keanu has been very nervous because before Keanu left the Reach with Sudar, when they were much, much younger, Keanu had promised that he would bring back a treasure and a proposal for a certain female turtle who he hasn't seen here. He's deeply worried, but he doesn't want to, because the turtles have a whole sort of, many of them will go out into the world on their journeys, what Oricum is doing at the moment. And sometimes they will just never come back. And other times, like, they will come back with stories and goods and histories. And he's feeling like he's come back too soon and he doesn't have what he promised her. And he's slightly worried that she's not here. And he's worried that what that might mean, whether she's moved on without him or whether he's overthinking it. And Dutch is being, I don't know, the Dutch is this grumpy little grey Herringon, like this rabbit folk, who's always seemed to be a little sour-mouthed, but he is being the absolute best listener. And just letting Keanu get it all off his chest and then just reassuring. Whereas Dan, who is definitely about 5 beers in, is trying to tell Keanu how wonderful he is, how lucky she would be, and also but don't worry about it, because if it's meant to be, it will be. And every once in a while, this rabbit foot just kind of kicks out and kind of knocks the foot out from under him, so he staggers.
I just realised.
Tell you to text your ex.
I just realised why he's called Danger.
Why?
Because he is literally a danger to himself.
Yeah.
So true. I am just keeping Eugene updated.
Giving me the cliff notes.
Yeah, Cliff. Yeah. Do we give him something? Sneak something in his pocket and be like, oh, I don't know. Here's your bonus this month.
Oh, what, like a treasure?
Yeah. I don't know. He keeps talking about treasure and I don't know what kind of treasure it should be.
Well, do you have anything?
I've got a dagger, obviously. I have. This is my only treasure, and it's the cat Eugene gave. This is all I have.
Aww.
No, I don't have. Do you? Do you have gems and things? Is that the kind of thing? Is he talking about a diamond ring?
Well,
I
don't know. I've got.
He's
got
talking about
Aether crystal.
Yeah,
crystal. Okay.
I love this. He does seem to be talking about it in a very abstract way. So I think I think you got this from talking to the other turtles. It feels more like a mark of the journey, as it were.
So is it maybe less oh, I literally haven't got anything, but it's I've not done my journey enough yet to have something.
He feels like he's come back too soon. And he was worried. First of all, he was worried about what she would think of him.
And now he's worried that she's just not here.
And now he's just got all these very complex, big emotions that he didn't even think about, that he's trying to process, and his friends are just really trying to kind of cheer him up. Well, Dan is trying to cheer him up. Dutch is helping him process, and it's this.
Their powers combined.
Their powers
do a
combined.
therapy to him.
Yeah, he is confused.
Okay.
It kind of sounds like they've got it covered, right?
Yeah. I think let's not get involved. Let's move on to the next ones.
Yeah.
Akiza looks drunk.
Akiza has. So you can't see Akiza initially until you see Oddbob appear out of a hut and just kind of, brushing himself off of fur, and he just, and with him is Fable, who kind of has one of Akiza's sabers, which he picks up and just gently lays into the tent. Thanks, Fable. She needs to sleep it off. That's all. She said she loves you. She said she loves a lot of people. But she really said she loves you.
Please loves okay.
Wow, the crew is messy.
So messy. See, this is so fun. Okay.
God.
Spend enough time on a ship.
I was just going to say, as someone who spent years on a ship, I can tell you it's pretty accurate so far.
Okay. Oh, is there anyone you wanna like spy on? Anyone you like have suspicions about? I don't know the crew as well as you guys.
I don't think I have suspicions of anyone.
Well, not suspicions, but like.
You never used to, anyway.
Yeah, should I have suspicions?
No,
It
no.
has been said that I trust people too easily.
Yeah, at some point I probably would have said that's a bad thing and you shouldn't trust people so easily, but since I'm sort of learning that maybe mistrusting everyone is not that healthy, apparently.
She says,
maybe
rolling her
there's
eyes.
Some sort of
So
middle
over it.
ground.
Yeah, where's that
Hey,
light? Yeah?
So, sort of speaking of, since we have a minute, I've been thinking a lot about what you said before about having a crisis and feeling like a ghost in your own life and that sort of
Casual
stuff.
shit.
Oh, okay, wait, 1 second. Ski's like face drop, like not drops, but it's like, okay, shit, I can just get some drink from
Got
somewhere.
to shift
Okay.
gears.
Rolls an
Okay.
entire keg over.
Yeah, okay. No, okay, yeah. Yeah.
I just
okay.
wanted to check that you were okay. I mean, we're supposed to be like relaxing and having time off, and you just seem very still like on job, which is fine if that's what you want to do to relax. That's also fine.
Oh goodness, great question. Let me just.
Let me avoid that over here.
Okay. I'm doing okay. Like, I think I'm doing okay. I'm doing better. I don't know if that feeling is necessarily gone away. I think I realized that I'd always been like doing a thing, for good reason. I have very my aims and goals are quite lofty, I guess. And I've sort of spent a lot of my life working towards them. Sort of being confronted with the idea of like, who am I without that? It was a door that I guess had to be opened, but it was quite difficult being opened, so I just kind of shut it again. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess so. But when you say lofty, what are your aims?
Well. Okay. This place seems kind of okay. So I could tell you about my family.
If you want to. I'd love to hear about it if you.
Well, they're
want
kind of
to.
the reason I do all this stuff. She takes another big gulp of wine. Okay, so it was I don't know how much you know about the Empire and what it's like there.
Well, I've never been, but I heard a lot of stories from my dad. My dad spent a lot of time there. I mean, I think I probably went as a little kid, but I don't know that much about it.
You went, oh, interesting.
Well, my dad is like a big hero of the Empire, right? So he
Yeah.
goes on tours sometimes.
But did your mother and you guys not go so much?
When I was really little, but I think honestly my mum was glad of the excuse to not go.
Yeah.
So she would be like, I'll stay here with the kids kind of thing.
Yeah. So, the Empire, especially Mistran, which is where I'm from, they don't look too kindly on Fae beings, those with Fae blood. And I didn't really know or understand this or really see this. My dad left when I was really little, or like really young, and it was just me and my mum for a while. And then she met Harry, who is, ugh.
Wait, who's Harry?
He's my stepdad.
Oh.
He's great. Yeah,
He's fine.
he's really great. I hated him for a while, but you know, he was really lovely and loved my mum a lot, and he kind of helped raise me, and you know, classic stuff. He's human, so you know.
And he's from the Empire? Like he's always lived in the Empire?
Yeah, he's from the Empire. He's always lived there. And then him and my mom had was so gross and in love. And then they had lots of babies. Which is like
How
my
many
siblings.
babies?
There's like 7.
7?
Yeah. She's so well,
So you have 7 brothers and sisters?
yeah. Yeah. My
Whoa.
my mom kind of you know, humans, they live such short lives, so she was really scared.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know?
Right, yep, that kind of makes sense.
You know,
Gotta
he's-
get it in there while you can, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, they're very happy and they're in love. But anyway, me being a tiefling, I would get into trouble and things, and it was always kind of fine. But then when I'd see my mom go out, or my siblings when they got a bit older, they just got treated a little bit differently. And I didn't like that. And so I tried to do things, you know, sometimes it was threatening gods, which apparently isn't good and would get me into trouble.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Yeah. That's when the Drakes picked me up and I joined them, and then I felt like I could do something to make the Empire not be a shit place, so my family feels safe there. But now I feel like I'm doing all this stuff and I've just not seen them for such a long time that I don't know. I question if it's worth it, or should I have just stayed with them. She downs her wine, realizing she's just kind of blurred everything out. Or, maybe I'm lying.
Yeah.
I'm not, obviously.
Sure. Yeah, okay. That's quite a lot of responsibility to put on yourself.
Yeah.
Now I see why you're so stressed all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. So, switch I get it, like switching on. I get why. I completely understand why. It's like, it's just switch off. You should chill out. And I'm like, I haven't got time to switch off or chill out. You know, I've been doing this for years and years and years, and I thought I was getting closer to making things better, but now, you know, I don't even know if the people I'm working for are making things better.
Wait, the Drakes?
No, the... Ooh, and I just point to my ring. Dances.
Oh, the dances. Right.
Yeah.
Wait, what makes you think that they're not?
That's... Oh, that stupid talent got in my head, Eugene.
Oh, her? I don't care for her.
I could tell. By the way you kept telling her to leave. I don't like her either.
It seemed like you liked her a little bit.
Oh, hey, she was kind of hot, but I can still dislike someone and think they're hot, okay? It's so toxic, I'm aware, but...
Yeah, that's another conversation
Yeah, we could solve
that we need a lot more wine for.
Yeah.
But you
yeah.
are making a difference to lots of people.
Am I? I'm just
I
sort of
think so.
hanging around, trying to save someone who, you know, I think could make the Empire good, and he doesn't even want it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not all you're doing, right?
No.
We're literally gonna save the world, hopefully.
Yeah. That's true.
That's important and worth something, right?
Yeah.
That's making things better. And even if you're not doing a big world savey thing, you're still making a lot of people's lives better. You've made a lot of difference to a lot of people, I'd imagine.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. I don't feel it sometimes, you know.
Is it because you feel like you're doing what other people think you should be doing, and not what you should be doing? If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, I think it's because I see... I don't know, it's like there's always something else. You know, like I was trying to save the Empire, and now the world is ending, so now we need to stop the world from ending or falling onto the sky. And then I can get back to fixing the Empire. It's just...
I think... Have you ever considered maybe making your goals a little smaller?
Nope.
Just, you know, like breaking it down into digestible steps? Maybe? Because like fixing the Empire, that's quite big.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not sure if that's possible, especially achievable for one person. That's
Well, yeah.
maybe, I don't want to say like aim lower, but because it's good to have like big goals, right? Big
Yeah.
dreams, but maybe there's something a little bit more actionable that would make you feel like you're doing something.
Yeah, but like what?
Well, maybe it's just that you want to make things better for your family. You don't have to fix the whole empire, you just have to make things better for the people you care about.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just doing it for them. Yeah. Yeah. And they can just come live in your house if it gets really bad, right?
Yeah,
Great.
there's room.
Thanks, Eugene.
I mean, I should probably stop. It's not even my house, but
is it not?
I'm
What
sure
is the deal?
well, it's my uncle's house.
Oh, okay.
Well, he's technically not my uncle.
No,
We're not related, but
he's like your dad's friend,
yeah,
uncle. Yeah.
he's serving the Empire, but yeah.
Yeah.
He also knows how unwelcome it can be for people who are not.
Yeah. 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 I just want to make it a nice place for them.
We do what we can, and that's the main thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I know. And I do, I think I do deep down know that. You know, that's why I've stayed with you guys for so long, because I know that together we're doing important things.
Yeah, and you're part of those important things. Like, your job here isn't just to make sure Rock doesn't die.
Yeah, let's make sure all three of you don't die.
Well, no. Yeah, but it's more than
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
it's not like you're part of Parshkikk's Chosen. You know that, right? It's not Parshkikk's Chosen and Skier.
Yeah.
Parshkikk's Chosen and their bodyguard. Like, you're part of the party.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Eugene. Yeah, I don't really know how to do this stuff.
What stuff?
I don't know. Not just take orders, or like do the right thing, because I think it's the right thing. I've sort of just found people who I feel like are doing the right thing, and I'm like, tell me what to do, and I'll do it. You know?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of get that.
Yeah.
It's hard when you've only ever kind of been what other people expect of you, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, you're your own person.
Yeah, be like, who
And
do
it's
you
like,
want to be?
this is what I wanted, but also it's kind of overwhelming.
Yeah. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Who are you? Be who you want to be. What? Who? What do you mean? I don't know. That shit's hard.
Yeah. And I've never been part of a top secret organization or anything and had someone tell me what to do, but I do kind of understand how you feel. I mean, growing up, my dad,
Yeah.
he's my dad, and he's a famous adventurer, and he always just assumed that when he found out he was going to be a dad and he was going to have a son, that his son would also be a great adventurer in exactly the same ways as him. And so for a lot of my formative years, he would train me in sword fighting and make me do all these like lessons, teaching me how to be like heroic and brave and a good fighter, and I'm really not those things, but I just wanted to I wanted him to love me and be proud of me, so I just did what was expected of me by him and most of the people around us, really. And yeah, it got to the point where I couldn't do it anymore. I didn't know who I was, and I knew I wasn't happy, but I also was afraid to tell him I wasn't happy. So I kind of started learning magic in secret for a while, and that it didn't go well.
Oh my god, why?
Well, you really should have someone to teach you those things.
Oh yeah, that's so dangerous. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was like 10.
Oh my god, that's so young. That's when I got my first knife. Oh. Yeah. How did you like realize you liked magic though? Did you just try it out, or did you kind of know?
Well, my uncle,
Uncle
he was around a lot when we were growing up. Well, all of my dad's like adventuring party, and I remember once it was a big party, and he was doing like a display of like, you know, like minor illusion type stuff for the kids, and like I thought it was so cool, and I just really wanted to try magic, so I kind of stole one of his books that he'd left unattended. And I tried to do magic, and then I sort of set the barn on fire.
Oh my days. This is why we're friends. I know you had like a sneaky side to you. You stole? You stole.
Well, I borrowed it.
You thief.
I borrowed it. I gave it back. I made my own spell book. It was
Fraud.
It was really
Oh.
it's made out of cardboard and macaroni.
That's so cute. Do you still have it?
I think he pauses for a while and he goes sort of red.
Oh my god, you have it. You have to show me.
Okay, but you can't tell anybody that this exists.
Pinky promise.
Okay, he takes off his hat and he reaches into one of the pockets and he pulls it out, and he's just before he gets it, like you can see he's got it in his hand, but he looks at you and he's like, "Promise me you won't laugh."
Wait. I promise. I will take this very serious, Eugene Appleby's Zillman.
And he gets it out and passes it to you, and it is like, it's small and it's made out of like cardboard, and it says Eugene Appleby's spellbook on the front in like wonky child writing, and it's got like bits of dry macaroni and some of it's fallen off, and it's just like hot glue residue.
I'm just Ski's just flicking through, like looking at the spells you've like written in it.
And a lot of them are like what a kid would write, what like spells that a kid would make up. So like completely stupid things like
Summon chocolate
pie or yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, is this one real? I could go for some pie right now. You need to figure out this one. Look, I know you did this when you were a kid, but between you, I think more wizards should do this shit. Like, they get too serious with it, you know? Easter would always be like, magic is not for fun and jokes, it's serious business, blah blah blah. But like, if you could summon a pie, it would be fun.
Yeah, it would be pretty fun. I mean, I could summon a magic pie, but I don't think we'd be able to eat it.
Oh, that's not fun.
Yeah.
We'll work on it. Oh, thanks for sharing this with me, Eugene.
Hey, thanks for telling me about your family.
That's okay. It felt nice to talk to someone about it. You have to keep so much of your life a secret to keep them safe that... I don't know, it was nice to talk about. You know, my mom, she's really cool. And Harry is...
Fine.
He's fine. He'll be dead soon, you know. And I'm sad about that. I am sad about that.
It's nothing to do with his age. It's just because
No.
Skier has knives.
Yeah. No. He's a really good dad. And my siblings are the most annoying and best people in the world.
7. I don't know how. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's why
I just have 1, and that's bad enough.
Yeah, they're all quite a bit younger than me, so I was like a teenager when, you know, it was fine for a bit, but then they started getting really annoying. Like, there's a 10-year age gap between me and the eldest, and
Wow.
yeah, they're great.
I bet they all think you're really cool.
You know, I think they did, but I was a bit of a shit and didn't like that they thought I was cool. You know? Hence me going out getting into trouble a lot and all of that stuff. But yeah, I'd like to see them. But you know, I can't because I'm wanted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll fix that
Yeah,
somehow.
yeah, it'll be fine.
I'm not sure how,
No,
but we'll fix it.
yeah. And I think Ski is just like watching like Aisling run around with like the kids that are like kind of those sorts of ages, and
The goats are gone, but the kids are still there.
yeah.
The goat energy is still present.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, do you want to get wasted and just talk more shit?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Also, do you want to stir some trouble up amongst the crew?
Yes.
Sweet.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Ski is just going to be like, I can't believe Danger Dan said that about Oddball.
I know. Outrageous.
So outrageous. And we're just going to do shit like that.
Eugene's being peer pressured by the naughty kid at school.
Yes.
Hey, we've
Do
we've
weed to each other behind the bike shed.
we've just discovered Eugene's got a record, so from Juvie, so
Exactly.
Oh my god, you're such rebels.
Amazing. The evening goes on. I think at one point you guys get to catch up with Sudar, who introduces you to 2 female, slightly older wolves, known as Lauti and Las, who are his mothers. And he very proudly introduces you to all of them and tells them of the adventures that you've had together and things like that. He genuinely, Sudar's quite a level person. Generally, he's always the adult on the ship, and it's kind of fun to see him like a proud kid, just for a
Aw.
moment, and just kind of let that mask slip. And genuinely very, very affectionate for all of you and the things that you're doing.
Oh, so
Rox.
that's so gross. Say more things.
Rock's definitely going to be like completely just like bigging him up in front of his mothers and just being like, oh, well, I mean, we wouldn't be here without Sudar, and he keeps everything running, and everybody respects him so much, and he's such a great support, and you know, he's just like he runs everything, and even when we're away for months, he makes everything happen, and just going to be like completely, absolutely bigging him
It's
up.
like a parent-teacher evening and you're saying how good he is.
Totally.
A pleasure to have on the ship.
And then as soon as he must try harder, and then as soon well, you can see where my parents' evening went. Anyway, yeah, as soon as he's as embarrassed as he can possibly be, then Rock's just gonna like grab his mother's, put his arms in his mother's arms, and just be like, "Okay, let's take a walk so you can tell me about Sudar as a child."
Oh my god.
Get the baby photos out.
Yes.
Photos out. I think you hear stories about the fact that they were very worried about Sudar because he was a very serious child, and when he said he wanted to go out to find himself to do so, like the Turtles, the Vargran have a lot of them go on a journey to discover who they are and face the world, so they know what they're protecting when they come home. Not all of them do it, but Sudar, when he chose it, they were not expecting it and they were slightly worried. You do find out some wonderful stories about how he knocked the biggest kid in their pack off of a treetop because they were teasing one of the younger kids. And you kind of get this impression that he's always been a very fair, like, justice, and kind of if he gets into fights, it's because he believes in what he's doing. And the thing about how his adult teeth took ages to come through, so people used to call him Baby Tooth for a while, which again did end in a couple of punched noses. But yeah, they are charming, lovely women. The rest of your evening kind of settles into this lovely rhythm where you get to meet lots of people. You wind up your crew, some of them. Some of them do see through it and just walk away chuckling. I think
Dan wakes up with the black eye.
Dan wakes up and Fable has drawn on his face. With some help of some of the Aragana, which I'm not certain whether they're young Aragana or just the small ones. But Fable seems to have got a group. As you kind of get to the point where you're like, well, it's probably time for us to turn in and start thinking about resting up for the evening. You notice that the camps are still quite busy, and then you hear it. This gentle rumble, this sound. Looking up, you see pulses in the sky shield. Did that even play? Everything lurches. The island drops a solid half a foot. All of you are knocked winded as you fall to the ground, and again, it happens again. There is shouting and screaming all around you as people start to panic. Some of the buildings start to fall and people rush in to try and grab the people around them. What do you do?
I grab Akiza because she's inside a building.
You run and grab Akiza. Bob is also charging towards that place. I think between the two of you, you just kind of grab her. He's like, thank you, thanks.
And
Well
then I'll
thought.
rush to gather these guys.
That
I think
pulse.
Ashley's trying to look out for whatever kids have rallied around her.
Yeah, I think Rock is just like immediately running to see like where people are trying to get other people into safety or whatever, where he can help.
Islands do not shake again, but that pulse keeps happening. It's moving in a direction. I would like... Go on.
I'm gonna call what's her name?
Ooh.
Kabinak?
Kabanak. Remind Chris.
The
Kabanak.
the Tigrin.
Tigrin.
Oh.
Yeah, that we met at the
Just
Yeah.
just
rings.
in case, like, she's
Absolutely,
keeping an eye and thinks she may know what's going on. So I don't know if it's like a message thing or if it's just like a pager. But I'll
you blow the ocarina, yeah.
yeah.
And she, you do see her kind of appearing out of the edges, and she's looking at the sky, looking as perplexed as the rest of you. And then
What direction is it coming from?
it's
Or is it like
coming
all around
from
us?
the north, and it's heading. The ripples in the sky head east.
Okay.
I think if there's anybody that I have spoken to, like any of the people who we know are kind of senior in any of the groups that we've spoken to, I think Rox, just as he's trying to help, is just going to be like, do you know what this is? What is this normal?
I think you probably grab Marud, and as she's probably easiest to spot because she's quite an imposing figure anyway. She goes, I have never seen anything like this in my life. Even when the last skyquakes happened, it was not like this.
Okay, well, let's see if we can get everyone to safety, although I don't know where safety is. And I'm just going to run around and I think, like I say, just try and help wherever I can.
General consensus. Well, actually, make me a survival check, everybody.
Oh. 22.
22.
18.
18.
I got a nat 20 for a 23.
I
Nice.
got a nat 22
Yeah.
for a 29.
Yes.
So I think Aisling leaps into it, and you guys see the logic of what's happening as you kind of follow her lead, and you'll pick up a bit just after she does. But she's very much like bring people away from the buildings, stand them in the open areas so that they are safer. In this particular instance, like move away any heavy objects. And I think, uncharacteristically for somebody who doesn't normally take the lead, like Aisling is standing in the center shouting at people, "Oi, grab that! Do this!" Like, and that is what people need, that energy. You guys
Disaster, she's no good. Natural disaster, she gets it.
Yeah.
Only
You
because
guys-
she hates the fact that the land is moving a little.
That's also it.
That's what she's always prepped for.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The rest of you start picking up and start kind of echoing that shout. You gather as many people as you can with little groups of them, but space between them in case it quakes again. The pulsing settles down quietly.
Chris, sorry, just a note on the pulsing. Is it like a regular kind of thing, or does it sound like it's like, I don't know, somebody firing into the thing, or...
It looks like it's rhythmic. It's irregular. It doesn't sound like somebody trying to hit the shield, which you saw something similar when the AL was trying to escape from Parshkikk's Isle. When it hit the sky shield, it made a very specific sound. I mean, mostly screaming, but also there was a very definite sound the sky shield made. That rhythm afterwards, the thing that made the islands fall, that's what this sounds like. It doesn't sound like someone hitting, it sounds like what happened afterwards when the spell was disrupted.
We have to find that temple now.
Yeah.
Yeah, holiday's over, innit?
Yeah. Do we need to go on the ship?
Sudar is sort of sitting there. He's actually bleeding. You can see he got hit in the head as something fell down near him. His mothers are sitting next to him as well. I can have the ship ready in minutes if you need it. We should probably talk to the elders about your getting access.
Yeah, I don't think there's time for tests.
Yeah,
I
I
think,
think we need
just have
access
to
now.
Go now.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go find the elders.
Yep.
Or
Mm-hmm.
As you are approaching, you see Keth is talking to Marud and also talking to both Zix and Cho. And as it comes up, the turtle is holding something, a pink gem, in his hand. There you are. This was not precedented, but it has given me a chance to see what I wanted to see. I and my friends have agreed will waver the test of heart. I have seen kindness and courage in all four of you. The speed and which you undertook and helped my people and those around you, or most of whom are strangers, if you are true, speaks of a virtue that I would have loved to see. And he holds out his pink gem. This is what you were going to be tested for. There are 2 more in the Reach. We will take you to where you need to be. We will do what we can to help you win through those gems. There are laws that we cannot break, but we will prepare you as best we can. No secrets. It seems that your need is good. You wish to see Sinla. You wish to access the Builder's refuge. Good. Help us clean this up and we'll rest, and then tomorrow we set sail. Is that good for all of you?
Yeah.
Assuming that nothing gets worse between now and then, unfortunately, I have no idea what just happened or what caused what just happened, so we don't know if it's going to happen again in minutes or again at all.
We will keep watch. If I think rest is good, but I think if that happens again, we have to just go.
Agreed. But you are of no good if you are tired, so rest. We will watch, and we will wake you if you need to move faster.
Okay.
Well, technically, one of us doesn't need to sleep, and I only need 4 hours. So
Do what
I
you
really
must.
hate that I
We
have
will
to
support. That's such a cool skill. Eugene, I'll have a general arcana check. I think because you keep glancing towards the sky. And anybody else who is trained in arcana can also make this check if they wish.
I mean, I'm semi-trained.
Semi-trained is still trained.
Oh yeah, actually it was good. 22.
What's your
I
scary
got a
number?
34.
Okay, so it wasn't that good.
It was good. 22 is good. Never knock 22. 22. will
My
get
modifier for Arcana is plus 16.
most. So, yeah.
Ouch. Wow.
I think Eugene, you kind of see this first. There is a slight shift in hue. It's incredibly subtle. Like that normal, gentle sort of blue energy that's always there. Even at night time, there's kind of like that ever so slight sheen to the sky as energy moves and ripples. It is deeper the further east you look. And you see there's almost like energy is being drawn eastward very slowly. But those initial pulses, now you think about it, and I think as you're kind of mentioning this rock, you can see this too. Those initial pulses felt like someone trying to pull part of the shield to whatever is in the east.
I think it's safe to assume that somebody made it to the temple before us.
Yes, but why are they drawing power to the temple?
Do you think? Are there other people trying to fix it maybe and they've done it wrong?
I think it's more likely.
Fix it. Maybe
that
they're
they're
trying to use the
it.
power.
Yeah.
All the children.
I mean, we know that they've been searching for power at the other temples, so.
When you say they, who?
well, all I know for certain is that they're connected to one or both of the Dragon King, which we still don't know who that is,
Yeah.
and the worm that devours.
So they're their followers. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we have no choice but to rest and to try and get through whatever we need to as quickly as possible tomorrow.
Yeah. I will do what I can to make sure we're prepped and ready to go first thing.
I think
yeah.
Skier, you join probably most of the crew now who are awake and sobered up whether they wanted to be or not. And prepping the ship, getting things on, supplies on board, getting everything ready. It's hard work and it's mostly done in silence as people kind of, there's a camaraderie, but it's that quiet, determined camaraderie of people who are scared but know that what they have to do is important. It's desperately familiar to someone who has fought on many fields of battle. Eventually, you all take your rest as best as you can. And otherwise...
Just before we rest,
Yep.
I would like to send a message with the sending spell to my aunt.
Yeah.
To tell her what happened. And just in case we don't come back, and in case somebody else needs to know that it's happening, and he thinks that his aunt is probably the best person because she's smart and she cares about this stuff. She also is in Cloud's Cairn still, right, with Rebecca?
She was settling in so your grandmother could take over, but yes, she was in and out of Cloud's Cairn a lot, so she's built a good relationship with Rebecca as well, so
And she probably knows more about the whole thing than most people do.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So
it
Yeah,
might
just-
make you, if you don't want to, unless you want to, you don't have to do the whole sending spell. But I think her note
no, that's just the gist.
just
I'll just tell her as much as I can in 20 whatever words.
yeah. I think she comes back and goes, I understand. I will do what I can from this end. Please be careful. Know that we love you and your friends, and we want to see you safe. And I think with that, we will end tonight's episode. Holiday's over, guys. Back to work.
Yeah.
And people wonder why we never take a break.
Turn the out of office off.
Ski was like, thank God. For disaster. Finally, I can
Something
do
to focus on.
Yeah.
Finally, I can stop drinking.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So, if you have not done so already, please make sure you take a long rest and get yourselves ready for next week. We deal with some challenges. This has been a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves as well. I'm just going to put it onto something a little bit more. Whoops. A little bit more cheerful. Cool. We have been Some Other Heroes. We are back next week. Just want to say a huge shout out to everybody who catches us live and to everybody who watches us on YouTube. You are very much appreciated. Just a quick round robin to say goodbye from my wonderful friends. And we're going to start with Wayne. I'd just like to say a quick goodbye to everybody.
Thanks everyone for joining us, especially those of you who joined from Moonbeam, which is fun and exciting. So thanks, yeah, we really appreciate it. And yeah, Kate, bye.
Michelle.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.
Method.
We still not nailed this
Method
new
with
bit
skier.
yet.
I like
I
it.
love it. Theo.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.
And Charlie.
Thanks, pals. Hi, Mum. Love you, Mum. Of course.
Hi, Charlie.
Hi, Charlie's mum.
And yeah, sorry that Bulba's been running about. She's
Oh, bless
Been
her.
fine,
stressed
honestly.
and not having a good night tonight.
She's having a day. I get it, Boba.
Relatable.
Yeah,
Relatable.
So relatable.
totally get it.
In the meantime, we will see you next week. Roll dice, tell stories, and take care of one another. We love you lots.
Love you, bye.